Today, I'm going to raise a word of prayer a little quick, and I want you guys to answer the question that is right there. The biggest threat to Africa's economy today, or the biggest threat to Africa today. What do you think is the biggest threat to Africa today? All right, this is 2024. We need to start with that note. First of all, you cannot defeat your enemy if you do not know who is your enemy. You cannot solve whatever challenge, you cannot bring about solution if you do not know what is the source of the problem and what the problem is. You must, when we're doing this root cause analysis, you always must find what is the problem. What is that thing that is holding us back? All right? Once you know this is the threat, and I use the word threat very, very, very purposefully, that what is the biggest threat to Africa's economy today? Or you can just say, what is the biggest threat to Africa today? Africa's biggest threat that we have today. Let me just share this. Okay, let me pray a little quick. God, I thank you for today, for giving us this opportunity to come here. And I pray for your wisdom. I pray for your understanding. I pray for your knowledge. And I pray, God, that you will lead us all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end. In your precious name, Christ, I pray. Amen. Let me say this, first of all, that after the World War II, a lot of countries across the world, all the countries were actually receiving loans and aids from somewhere. They were fully dependent on loan and aid. You can see, German, they were actually responsible for that war, but they were fully dependent on that. You can name Singapore, you can name South Korea, you can name Malaysia, you can name so many different countries across the world. They were fully depending on loan. Because that war, it affected all other countries out there, all the continents. Everybody was affected by that war. Just like what is happening today across the world, war, it affects everybody, everywhere, every time. But those countries, they are very strategic. Right now, 20 years later, after 20 years later, those countries, they do not fully depend on loan, but rather they actually provide loans to other countries. There's a little videos I shared today on my on shorts on YouTube. So if you have seen, you understand what I'm saying. So 20 years later, these countries, they stopped fully depending on loans and aids from all these countries, and they actually started to provide loans and aids. Today, even my country here, Tanzania, and so many countries in Africa, they actually receive loans and aid from South Korea, the country that it was much poorer than Africa 60 years ago. They had a strategy. Only 20 years later, they're giving loan to other countries, and they do not fully depend on loan. Africa, 60 years later, today we are planning. You have big meetings of our leaders, of our politicians, big meetings. They're discussing the new ways to get loans and aids, how to make it better, so that we may not be seen as the beggars, so that we may not be seen as someone who needs something from them. But like the topics that we're talking about, all these, if you can see, like France Africa Summit, Russia Africa Summit, US Africa Summit, China Africa Summit, Turkey Africa Summit, whatever, Dubai Africa Summit, UAE Africa Summit, all these summits that are happening all the time. Our politicians are going there. Basically, they are discussing, and they're talking in front of everybody. I remember Ramaphosa when he went to France, and so many other presidents there. Clearly, this is what he was saying. We're not beggars. And we share the videos here. A lot of us, you're very excited that, yes, our leaders said we're not beggars. Ruto said we're not beggars. We're excited, we're happy that we're not beggars. But guess what happened next? What happened next is that the same leaders, you find them coming to rooms and discussing the new ways of how to get loan and aid, the better ways to get that. And you've never seen loan and aid cut off in Africa. They just come again and again, over and over and over again. This is 60 years later, but these countries that were poor, actually poor, more poor than Africa, than many countries in Africa, only after 20 years, they stopped receiving loan and aid. and they started giving loans and aid somebody else. So my question is this. This is just a little little foundation. What is the biggest threat to Africa's economy today? Because we cannot stay at the same place we have been 60 years ago. We are still here today, the same place. This is New Year 2024. We are still at the same place. 2025, next year, we're going to be talking about the same thing. 2 years later, 5 years, 10 years later, we're going to be talking about the same thing. If we do not find root cause analysis today, and if we are not willing to cut down these issues. I say this, since 2 years ago, we have been having the year of action, and also us being brutally honest with ourselves. And you know, guys, I've been doing a lot of actions, but most importantly for this year, this is the year of excellence. That everything that we do, we must put excellence to it. So if we talk about loans and aids and how it affects Africa, all of us, we know I don't have time to go and to start diving deep into whatever issues are happening with these. You know, just go and read this book called Dead Aid by Dambisa Moyo, all the way from Zambia. If you read this, you'll understand how bad loans and aids are to our continent and to our people, and the reason why we are still where we are. Go and read that. Get your time, read this. Knowledge is power, Africans. Read books. Understand. At least get this brain of another African, your fellow African, to understand what she's saying, what she's talking about when you're talking about laws and aids, and why we are fully against this. I believe that people there's even politicians, politicians say there's no country that ever survived without loan. But can you compare those countries with your continent? Those guys, they give you loan. They take loans strategically. They give you loan, and you guys, you pay them money more than what they give it to you. Then they just give your own money. They come to you, they take it in raw materials, they process it, it become finished product, they sell back to you with the highest price, and that's how they get money away from you. And then you say, there is no country in this world that can never develop without loans. Do you have a decency to say that? And your country, more than 50% of budget, it depends on the foreign aid. Today, your country, if they decide to shut down the aids and loan, your country will not operate today because you're fully depending on them. We have nations. Singapore is one of the leading countries. South Korea is one of the leading countries. Today, we depend on them. We ask them, and these guys were together. The matter of fact, South Korea, Africa supported South Korea in their war. Ethiopia went there and supported them in their war when they were fighting battles. It was fully smashed. The country was fully destroyed. Been there for 9 years. Look at where it is right now. It's like how they built Dubai from the desert land all the way to Dubai you see today. Every single African wants to go there for a vacation. Dubai. Every African going there to buy phone. Every African going there to buy stuff. Dubai, to do shopping in Dubai today. We give a lot of money to them. These guys, you know these countries, how it used to be. Today, the same people we help to fight. The same people, they come and support us. And we say, this is what we say. We supported you in your war. Then you must give us something in return. Man, until when are we gonna sit on the table of that? We did this, so give us in return. Until when are we gonna be beggars? So the question is, Africa's biggest threat today. What is the Africa's biggest threat? I want to know. And I'm asking this question deliberately because I want to know how you guys think. I want to know how Africans think. What is your biggest threat of Africa today? And I'm going to read and I'll give my opinion as well. Everybody has opinion on this. I believe there's no right answer or wrong answer in this question. It just depends on how you see it, what kind of perspective you are looking at this question. Then you can reply. So let me start. And when you reply to that question, just try to give me a little bit of meat as well so that I can understand. So the first answer, okay, we have people from Germany here, from Cameroon. All right, I appreciate everybody who joined. Marit, are we still? Oh, we're still live on Instagram. All right, we have people live here on Instagram. Anyways, I can't even see there in Instagram. All right, so I will just go ahead and read these answers from our people. All right, so the first one is Marit. Marit, she said, outside. Okay. Let me start with Renee. Renee Black, appreciate for joining here. Appreciate for being a member. Welcome, fam. Renee says, biggest threat is crooked government and police. All right. So that's the first answer. And I'm going to be noting down here. I hope you can elaborate a little bit more. I understand what you're saying, but I hope you can elaborate a little bit more. So Renee says that the biggest threat to Africa's economy today, Africa's stability today, Africa's development today, Africa's everything. So you can put your country, the biggest threat to Ethiopia's economy today, or Ethiopia, what? Biggest threat to Tanzania, to Kenya, to South Africa. You can think, based in your country. Maybe you don't have a knowledge of the entire continent, which I really suggest you should have, but you can take any case study in Africa, think about that country, and then look at the answer, because whatever answer that you're going to find in South Africa is going to be pretty much the answer to Tanzania and other countries as well, because we share a lot of things in common, and pretty much, even though economy is just but we are still down there, somewhere there. All right. So crooked government and police. All right. Marie says outside interference, the biggest threat to Africa's economy. All right. Aika Khalil, she says our insecurity and of course the economy of the Western world. All right. What do you mean by that? Economy of the Western world. All right. That's YouTube. I'll go here on TikTok to see if anybody has commented here. Okay, somebody here says instability, the biggest threat to Africa's development, says instability. So please, someone in the team, can you write that in the comment section there? So we have like crooked government and everything. We have instability. We have outside interference. Somebody write, you can write for us down there in the comment section. Someone say put me in to speak. It's not time for that. Somebody says here politicians. Oh, leaders, political leaders. I love the way you use that, because I don't use the word leadership anymore for leaders, for politicians here in Africa, because I feel like they don't deserve to be called leaders, right? So I just call them politicians for who they are, all right? Because you cannot promise things that you don't do it. Those are acts of politicians. If you want to prove to us that you're a leader, get rid of poverty in Africa. If you want to prove to us that you're a leader, get rid of whatever, the electricity in Africa. You can't keep not having electricity, not having clean water, and then you call yourself a leader. You fail to be a leader. You might be leading a country, but it doesn't make you a leader. You're just a politician. We can't be talking about the same thing here today. We're struggling with clean water in Africa, struggling with electricity in Africa in this age, and we are in the age of AI today. AI today, everything is being done by robots. Everything is being done by somebody else and not even our mind. And we cannot afford to have electricity in Africa. Electricity is a problem in my country, in any country in Africa is the issue. In Kenya, in Ethiopia, in everywhere in Africa, it's the issue. We can't sit here and call you a leader if you cannot deal with small issues like this. If we ask this question, the only reason you're going to come up with, there's no reason, by the way, it's just excuses. Excuses. Today, African politicians, their job is to come up with the next excuses. It's not to come up with a solution, it's excuse. Why this is not working? Why this is not? We don't want to know why it's not working. We want to see things working. You understand this? So we have a bunch of politicians, their job is to talk and not really to do. They'll just give you numbers. In 2 years from now, this problem will be completely erased. But in 2 years from now, they're leaving the government. The time is over. They just give you calendar like that. We are not finding solutions. If you're not finding solutions, you're not a leader. You're not qualified to be a leader. If you cannot come with a solution, you're not qualified. It doesn't matter how many challenges are there. Challenges are there so that we may find solutions. If you cannot come up with a solution, you're not qualified to be a leader, but you're a politician. You're a talker. We just call you for who you are. So I love the way that you say political leaders. Because, yeah, I don't even put the word leaders in front of that. I put politicians. Because the leader I think about. All right. Let me keep. So the question is the biggest threat to Africa's economy. What is the biggest threat to Africa's economy? All right. Let me read here on Instagram as well. We have the Nai here. He said, being a playground, this is SNOA-F. He said, being a playground for foreign proxy war is our biggest threat, in my opinion. Lack of unity and brotherhood makes it easy for non-Africans to capitalize and have us not progress. All right. That's really good point. Really good point. So basically, proxy wars that are happening in our continent, and this is because everywhere in this continent you go, you'll find they have American base, they have German base, they have Japanese base, they have Chinese base, they have Russian base, they have French base, they have everybody base. Everybody military bases are here in Africa. What does it mean? If every single of your enemy, because I'll tell you the truth, man, Africa does not have friend. I tweeted that before, I'll say it again. Africa never had friends. He's not having friend. Africa will never have a friend. You can't have a friend who stab you at the back every time. Not even at the back. Stab you in front of you. Only that happened in Africa. You know, those kind of enemies that they wait for you to turn around and then they stab you at the back. But in Africa, they don't just stab you at the back. They stab you at the front. And not stab you at the front while you're looking at them. No, you actually call them and ask them, please stab me here. And then they stab you. That's what Africa does. Because if you go and then you beg for loans and aid, that you're asking them to stab you. You know what loans does to Africa. You know AIDS, what it does to Africa. Africa has remained in the same state for over 60 years right now, plus, and we're still on the same place, and you still go to beg for loans and aids. You want them to stop. And then you come to us, tell us excuses. If you fail to be a leader, just leave. Just leave. Leave. Don't tell me the only way to develop Africa is to get loans and aids. That's why we have a generation of people who always ask for things, always looking for handouts, always looking for aids and loan, always asking for money. I hate this behavior. I went to my hometown just a couple of weeks ago, and then this one guy stabbed me. I can look at him. Clearly, he's drunk. Clearly, he has been smoking weed. I could look at him. I would see him. I would tell what is happening with this guy. And this guy, he stopped me. I was driving a car. I'm there with my dad, driving the car. This guy stopped me. He came, and it was been a long time. So I stopped, and then I greet him. Hey, but I can smell the guy. This is morning. The guy has been drinking the whole night long. And this guy is stopping me there. Brother, just give me 1,000. Give you 1,000. Give you 1,000 to go to smoke again, to go to drink again. The day you're going to die because of whatever disease, I will be participating on that death. You're not responsible. This guy is just a young man. He's younger than me. He has energy. He can go to work, finding money for himself, work for his family, provide for everything. But this is kind of generation we have, and these are young people. They give little girls, they pregnant them. They don't take care of the babies. They grow up without fathers. And that's it. So the cycle continues. They go out without father. They don't go to school. They just go to, whatever. They don't go to school. They don't do anything. So what happened to them? We have the same cycle going over and over and over and over again of people who do not go to school, people who always drink, people who they're always high. This guy, man, I was like, man, get out of here, man. I'm trying to close my window. This guy's not leaving. I'm like, I ain't giving you a single penny of money. I'm not giving you. This is kind of generation that we are raising today in Africa. You know why? Who to blame? You can't say we blame them. No, we blame these politicians. Because from the top position level, we always beg for things. We always beg. When are we going to break out of this begging mentality? That's why everywhere we go around the world, they think we're beggars. Just today, I was so pissed off. Just today, somebody reached out to me from certain country. I don't want to mention the country. Not Africa, but outside of Africa. Reaching out to me, want my service, but the way that, I told him exactly the amount that I was like, okay, if you want this service, 1 hour, you're going to pay me this amount of money. And it's just normal money. It's not even a lot of money, normal money. But this guy, he has no idea who I am. So this 1 hour, this amount of money. And he told me, he said, oh man, that's not even the whole day. It's just 1 hour. Please, let's do it. And then I told him, I said, when I was in your country for 1 hour, I did twice. And you paid me twice as much as what I'm asking right now. So this is very little. We're not talking about negotiating and love. This is it. You don't want, go away. This guy, he replied to me. I was saying that in my heart. I did not say that in the text, by the way. So this guy, he replied to me. He replied to me with a very disrespectful writings. Because the mentality that is inside his mind, what he's thinking is that, oh, I'm doing you a favor to give you this task and to give you this money. So the way he replied to me is very informal. You know, when you talk to somebody you don't know and you're talking business, you must be respectful. You can't be informal to someone you don't even know and you need his service. So I knew this is how they treat our people, and he's here. And this is how they treat our people here who do not know, who have never been exposed. You work for somebody. You work for, if it's Chinese, if it's Indians, if whatever, you work for them. But when it comes to time to receive money, they give it to you money as if they're giving you a favor. No, you're not giving me a favor. I don't even say thank you when you pay me for the work I've done. I've done my responsibility. Why should I thank you for the work that I've done? I gave you my time. I gave you my energy. I gave you my mind. I gave you everything. And you pay me for what I've done. It's not a favor. I ain't going to say thank you for paying me what I owe you. What is my right? It's rightful mine. It's mine for you to give it to me. I don't need to say thank you. Guys, you do your work. Somebody has paid you for the work you've done. You don't need to say thank you. That's a slave mentality. That's a slave mentality. You receive a salary. You receive a payment of the work you've done. Thank you so much. Oh, you have no idea how much this means. No, no, no. He should say thank you to you for the work that you've done. Because I'm telling you, if somebody pays you $100, that's because you made pretty much $100,000 for him. And that's what happens. So we need to change this mentality. So what I say, I texted him right away, because at that time when I saw that how he responded, I wanted to say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And even though he agreed to pay me that amount of money that I saved, I want to say that because I hate when somebody disrespects me. You don't know me and you're disrespecting me because you think I'm African. Because I know these people. I know how they think. They think they're doing me a favor. Oh, man. I told him right away on the spot. I told him, why are you speaking informal to me? And in this kind of culture, in this culture I'm talking about with this guy I'm talking about, if he's older than you, you cannot ask questions. You cannot speak like that to them. I was not supposed to do that, but I had to show him. Say, why are you speaking informal to me? And he acted like he didn't. He was like, oh, what are you talking about? I know you understand what I'm saying because I'm speaking your language. I'm not speaking another language. I was like, here is where you spoke informal to me. He had to apologize for what he said. And then I told him, tomorrow I'm going to come at that time. Before you give me half, and after I finish my work, you give me half. I don't trust you. That's what I say. Because I had experience with the same people. 3 months working, do your work and everything, and not being paid even a single money. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned last year. That somebody can just use you like that. And you don't care anything about you. So if we cannot set our standards, if we cannot be excellent at what we do, we are always going to be violated. We are always going to be looked down upon. We are always going to be mistreated because we're not excellent at what we do. When you give me a job to do, I do it very well. So that you're going to find me even 10 years later. You will never forget that I met this guy. He did his work so very well. And I couldn't find anyone like him. I must find him again to do this work. I'm not saying things that I think about. I'm saying things that happened to me. Happened to me. When you give me a chance, when I work with you, I do my good job. I do my excellent. I leave a mark there so that when I leave, because I'm not going to work for you forever. When I leave, you're going to remember me. And you're going to go that there was this guy, Mika, he did this and this. I need that guy again. And when you find me, I'll be all the way up there. Because you can move on from me. But you're going to meet other people that they're going to disappoint you. And you will remember me. You come back to me. So I'm sharing with you. That's very strategic. Even us calling this year the year of excellence is very strategic because we want our people to be excellent at what they do. If you're employed, you're doing a work, whatever, you have a boss, whatever, you have to do it excellently. So that even when it comes the time to renegotiate the salary you receive, it gets a time that you want to leave, to move on to another place. These people, they're gonna sit with you down and ask you, why do you want to leave? And your answer will be that you guys are not paying good enough. I found a better job that they'll pay me good. And they'll be like, okay, tell us how much you want to be paid. And you're going to name something higher than what they were paying you. And they're going to agree to pay you because they've never met somebody who works good like you. And they will never meet someone who works good like you. You're good at what you do. You're excellent. You put excellent in whatever you do. You'll be attractive. Only excellent people, they're attractive in this world. If we're just a mediocre people, if you are a politician, leaders, working in the government, you're mediocre on what you do, you're not attractive. You're going to steal the votes of the people because they ain't going to vote for you. They're going to boo you, not cheer for you. You're not a hero. You're a thief. That's what my African daddy says. Most of politicians in Africa are thieves. What do you expect? You put on politicians and the government. What do you expect? Like you see what politicians does before the election, and you're wondering, are you really doing this good just to be elected again? Why don't you just do good for the people? You are elected, you're not elected, that doesn't matter. But you did your part. That's our forefathers in Africa. Nyerere, when he left the government here in Tanzania, they were asking him to remain. He said, no, I cannot stay no more. Somebody else needs to take over the government. The country needed him, wanted him to be the president for life. They wanted him to be here. Majority of people, they wanted him to stay there. He left himself. He said, no. Somebody else should take the lead. Mandela, he left. Great leaders, they don't stay long. They don't live long. Great leaders, when they die, the name are never erased. The name are remembered forever because their legacy, they're still on. Maurice Monroe said this, that the great leaders, they live when they die. And their action and their deed speak louder after their death, even compared to when they were alive. Great leaders. I'm telling you guys, if there's any leader you know, I mean, just think about it. Any leader you know that their legacy lives on forever, their names are being spoken louder right now after their death than when they were alive, type their names in the comment section and put them RIP somebody in the comment section right now. I'm not saying, I'm just going to read what you're saying here. You'll see. The great leaders are this. You'll see them. They're there. I'm not saying great leaders that ever happened to Africa, they died, but their legacy still live on. Their action, they follow them. What they have done when they were alive is not even, I mean, what they done when they were alive, like there's more impact right now after their death, even before when they were alive. Tell me. Type in the comment section right there. I love your petition. I appreciate Amde. Please sign the petition One Africa right now. The petition, it is in the comment section of our video description here on YouTube channel. If you go to this description, you'll find the petition called One Africa right now. Sign that petition. Is very important. If you go to here on TikTok, on the bio, if you click the link, you'll find the petition. On Instagram, those who are watching on Instagram, that link on the bio, if you click it, that link tree, Mika, whatever, if you click that, you'll see sign the petition link right there. Please sign the petition One Africa right now. Let's see. Those are great leaders. Africa, it is the time to put on excellence. I'm telling you, if you're excellent at what you do, you're not even going to need to work for someone. Do you know why a lot of people, they would rather continue to work for someone like slave not go on and pursue their goals, pursue their vision, pursue their dream. You know why? Because a lot of us are lazy. We don't want to put on the excellence. We don't want to put on the effort. So we'd rather work with someone, or we'd rather go and just continue to work for someone, something that has already been established there, rather than just yourself start something by yourself and achieve something at the end of the day. Because all of us, every single human being, when God created them from the Genesis chapter 1:26, he said that he created the man in his own image so that they can be a dominator, so that they may take over dominion of the birds on the skies, fishes on the seas, and everything that goes around the ground, everything, so that they can rule over those stuff. That means every single human being you see, you have a leadership in you. It's a spiritual, it's physical. You have that in you. It's given. You have that in you. So if you fit into that, you're going to progress. If you don't fit into that, and you might be a secretary right now in the office, but your seat is the boss's seat right there. But you're sitting as a secretary for many years. You're sitting as a manager for many years. You're sitting as an assistant for many years, but your seat is boss's seat right there. You are supposed to have people who are working with you and for you. But you have been working for many years for somebody else, simply because if we raise our standards, if we bring this excellence in everything we do, I'm telling you guys, you're not going to need to work for someone, because you're going to do your things and they're going to go high. You're going to attract people. Remember what I tell you. Somebody write that in the comment section. Excellence attracts people. Excellence attracts development. Excellence attracts success. Excellence does that. You might not be a good-looking guy or lady. You might not be that. But your work, if it's a good-looking work, is going to attract people. Your job, if it's the good-looking job as a politician, you're going to attract people and they will vote for you another time. And when you leave, you finish your time, people, they will still want you to be there. If your work is attractive. If your work is attractive. If your work is attractive. Don't tell me who you are. Show me what you've done. Show me the fruits of your work. Even the scripture says that every tree that shall not bear fruit, Jesus says, I'll cut them down. Even God, he's looking for fruits from you, because he has created you and placed you here on earth to produce, to multiply, to do something, to bring about fruits into this world. But you're not bringing fruits. Fruits is the blessing. You're bringing curse instead of blessing. He's going to cut you off. That's God himself. So every single tree that does not bear fruit, I'll cut them out. Some of our people are being kicked out, fired from work, because they don't bear fruits, because there's no excellence. I'm saying this, man, because our color, this color, is being underrated in the national stages. Nobody, man. I was talking to one person today, and I said, everywhere you go, every person you meet, as long as this person does not look like you, black person, this is not victim mentality. I'm telling you the truth that I've observed. If you have seen that, if you have never seen that, you can tell me. Everywhere you go, if you meet someone who has different color from you, African, 99.99999 believes that are superior to you. They might not say it, but it's somewhere there inside. And sometimes it shows in some ways, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, but it's there. It's somewhere there in subconscious. You know, for those good people, it's somewhere there down in subconscious. It's kind of like submarine. It's very difficult to see it. Subconscious there. So the only thing, man, I went to some places, I met some people, and the only thing that brought me there is my excellence in the work I do. Not even this, what we're talking about here as well, Nation One Africa. No, just in the work that I do. That's what brought me to some stages. I met Martin Luther King's daughter. Few people they were choosing, and I was one of them just because of the excellence in what I was doing. Few people they were choosing, very few people. But because the gift I have, because I was bearing fruits with the gift I have. So I went to this meeting. A couple hours sitting there having breakfast together, talking for a couple hours. I wanted to record, but I was not allowed to record because I wanted to come to share with you guys. It's not allowed. Hearing the stray stories that how was MLK? How was your daddy back then? What do you like? What was happening? This is hearing that from the first-hand information from his last daughter. Hearing from Dr. Bernice King. Dr. Bernice King had picture with her. Had couple hours talk. I did not go there because I was mediocre. No, because I was excellent at what I do. We gotta be excellent at what we do. We have to be excellent. We must put on excellent. Man, I was asking this question. I'd not even finished, but I'll just answer you guys. I know all of you have a lot of opinion, but let me answer you. Let me give you my answer. The biggest threat to Africa's economy today, the biggest threat to Africa today is Africans. Not in my thoughts, not international interference, not Arabs, not whites, not Asian. No, the biggest threat to Africa's economy, the biggest threat to Africa is Africans. So my sister Renee, she say there is these political leaders and everything. I agree. Those are Africans. Those are Africans. Anyone that is African, that's the biggest threat to Africa's economy. That's the biggest threat to Africa. Africans. Me and you, we're biggest threat to Africa. Biggest threat. And it's biggest threat. Because let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. Do you think these people who are coming to Africa to take over all those stuff, do you think they did not try that to other countries? Do you think they're not doing that to South Korea? Do you think they're not doing that to all these Singapore or all these different countries? Do you think they're not trying to do it? They can't do it. Because there's a level of economy, there's a level of excellence when you reach there. They no longer want to take things away from you, but they want to partner with you. And that's what happened with Korea. You have Samsung. Samsung is the biggest, how can I say, the biggest competitor of Apple. Because a lot of people, they cannot afford Apple because of the prices and everything. So a lot of people, if they cannot afford Apple, they buy Samsung because of the quality. But not only that, but there's some sort of technology that Apple gets from Samsung. Do you know that they work together? Do you know that? So there's some level of development, there's some level of excellence. When you reach to those levels, they're not going to come to you and to want to take things from you, but they want to partner with you because they want to learn from you. Today, US, whatever, they learn from Korea, the country that they helped long time ago. The country that it was begging for loans long time ago after the World War. Today, they're partnering with them. Today, they're learning from them. My phone keeps getting off. Okay. Today they're learning from them. Today they're partnering from them. But who is learning from Africa today? You're going to learn how to dance in Africa? You're going to learn how to sing? That's it. That's what you're going to learn. That's where the strength of your economy is going to come from. What are you going to learn from Africa today? Are you going to learn technology from Africa? Are you going to learn AI from Africa? You're talking about AI. Today, if you go to South Korea, AI, man, those guys are far away. They discover new things all the time. And those guys, Americans, whatever, they go there, they learn there. They send their people to go to study there today. And today you tell me that the greatest threat to Africa is white people? No, it's not. The biggest threat to Africa's economy are Africans. And most of them are politicians. And me and you, ordinary folk. I'm coming after all of us, guys. You cannot just sit here and blame politicians, but you as well. Are you excellent at what you do? You know why? That's why they don't even care about you. That's why they cannot even pay you good. They pay you like a little slave. And when you threaten that I'm going to leave this job, they'll be like, get out of here. We don't want you. Go. Because they didn't lose anything. No matter the fact you've been a burden there, whatever you're working from. You're your biggest threat to Africa, a biggest threat to Africa's economy. Today in Africa, the killings that they hurt me the most is African killing another African. That hurts me the most. I always talk here about United Nations peace breakers. I talk about them. I address to them. But the thing that always hurt me the most when I see another African killing another African. That's the saddest thing. The saddest thing. The saddest thing. And it's happening everywhere in Africa. Killing each other because of religion, killing each other because of politics, killing each other because of whatever tribes, killing each other. It's ridiculous. This is the biggest threat to Africa's economy. The biggest threat to Africa is Africans. Let me tell you this. You look at the neighbor Africa, you think he's your friend, but he's your enemy. He's waiting for you to turn aside and to grab your phone to run away with it. He has no idea how much you work for it. Somebody worked his butt off to just save to buy macho matatu, to buy 3 eyes. And someone, his job is just to sit somewhere at the street of Nairobi and to grab whatever phone that is there. That is his job. The biggest threat to Africa's economy, Africa's development, is Africans. We pull each other down. When you have a good leader trying to fight against corruption, trying to bring about all this corruption to develop the country, we Africans are the first ones that are against them. We want to take them down. We betray them and kill them. Patrice Lumumba was killed by his friend. Thomas Sankara was killed by his friend. Muammar Gaddafi was killed by his people. Don't blame France. Don't blame NATO. Who allowed it to happen? If the people stood with him, they were never going to take him down. But Africans, we did that. Colonized Africans, we did that. We allowed those Vasco da Gama, whatever, came here. Some of us, we sold our people. Today, we have African descendants all over the world. But we sold them. We traded them with a little piece of paper. We did not just trade our people. We traded our resources, gold, diamond, everything. We traded them. We traded them with a piece of paper, piece of dollar, piece of dollar. Do you even know how they make this piece of money? It's papers. Somebody just make it. Print them more. Okay, give it to them. Inflation. Print them less. Okay, don't give it to them. Deflation. Africans are doing that. The biggest enemies in our governments in Africa, biggest enemies are leaders and leaders. If there's one clean leader who is trying to stand for the people and another leader who is trying to steal everything for the people, they fight each other. So much witchcraft everywhere in the government. During the time of election, witchcraft, these witch doctors, they have job, they have money in Africa. All the leaders are going there to get some witchcraft stuff. Bring them in the parliament offices. Bring them in their own offices. The first place in Africa that is full of wickedness and satanic and evil and sacrifices of people is government offices. Let me just say for what it is. If you're going to come after me, come after me. But I'm going to speak the truth. Government offices. People are dying anyhow. Dying anyhow. Today, leaders dying. Tomorrow, if you just see there's a good leader, he's going to die after a few days, after a few months, after a few weeks, after a few years. They will die by accident. That's what happened. Africa. Who is the enemy? Who is the biggest threat to Africa's economy? Who is the biggest threat to Africa? Africans. Guys, let's just say for what it is. We Africans, we pull each other down. We Africa, we don't lift each other up. We Africans, we don't care about our people. We don't care about what we say. We talk about one Africa. We talk about, this petition for our own people, but nobody will care about it. Because day and night, we just look up for the ways to pull each other down. And that's what we do. Biggest threat to Africa are not whites. They're not a biggest threat. They're not a biggest threat. Remember the title, biggest threat to Africa's economy. Biggest threat. If I say, what are the threats to Africa's economy? Then you can say, whites, Asians, whatever. Yeah. But biggest threat of them all, number one on top of it all, Africans. And our eyes are constantly focused on the outside. Well, outside, they're there. But inside, the house is rotten. The smell that is coming out of this house, Africa, It's ridiculous, bad. It's bad. It's bad. I've never seen people who try so much to pull each other down like Africans. Never. Never, 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 never. I've traveled to Europe. I still did not go to America, so I don't even know if my passport will be allowed. Anyways, I'm blacklisted or whatsoever. But anyways, I went to Europe. I went to Asia. Here in Africa as well. There's some continents I did not go. But man, everywhere, I did not see with so much sadness in my heart. I did not see one single race that is pulling each other down like Africans. Only Africans, we pull each other down so much. It's like somebody work day and night, go to witchcraft, to witch doctor day and night, just to kill another neighbor, just to pull somebody out there, just to do Africans. Even when we're outside of Africa, black people, we do not cooperate with one another. The only thing we care is about, oh, you know what, I'm Israelite. Oh, you know what, I'm a Christian. Oh, you know what, I am, you know, I'm Islam. Oh, hey, I'm Christian. Oh, you're coming from Ethiopia. Oh, I'm not there. Oh, you're coming from, oh, this is, shame on you. If you're the one and watching this, just know shame on you, because you are the biggest threat to Africa's economy. If Africa cannot come together, without a unity, there will be no future for Africa, Nyerere said. If Africa cannot find a way to come together, regardless of all these things I'm talking about today, Africa will never, I'll say this again, Africa will never get out from this deep hole. Africa will never shake off all these curses. Africa will never. Africa is not cursed, but our behavior are cursed. What kind of behavior like this? Killing each other? These are cursed behavior. You can't kill your neighbor and expect to be all right. Africans, we need to bring each other up. We need to support one another. We need to be there. You need to be there for me. I need to be there for you. We need to pull each other up. We need to push each other up. We need to do that. We need to do that by all costs. Even if someone is doing something you do not like, but as long as it's positive, push them up. Don't bring them down. You're not helping. You're destroying. Push them up. Because when you push them up, you don't just push one person, you push the generation of Africa. Tomorrow, we are not going to need to go to other countries to find jobs and being mistreated like the way our people are mistreated today. We'll stay here in Africa and we'll push each other up. Today, I have this company. I need to push my people up. We need to push each other. We need to push each other. Why are we bringing each other down? Why are we pulling each other down? You find that people, they just want to be successful by themselves. One of my friends, he told me this. And I'll give this credit. One of my friends, he told me this. He said, Mika, what is the joy if I am successful and I'm looking at my friends, they're all down there? What is the joy in it? Oh, he told me the words, because I did not see the action, but he told me the words, which I really like that words. I said, they sound like good words. And where's the action though? I hope he does that. Because he don't have to do it to me, but I hope he does that to somebody else. What is the joy? You work so hard. You become very successful. You're on top of everybody. You look down, everybody's down there. You're the only one top there. What is the joy? Who are you going to celebrate with? They're tired. I love that. Okay. Tactical tune. I love it. I say tactical tune say, aren't tired of being humiliated? Aren't you guys tired of being humiliated? Africa is humiliated not just because of our skin color, but also because of our reputation. We have a bad reputation. If you cannot trust each other as black people, what in the world do you want a white man to trust a black man? What in the world do you want an Asian man to trust a black man? If you stab your brother back, when you sit with these guys, you only talk negative things about your fellow Africans. What do you expect? Don't tell me that I'm speaking the truth. So what kind of truth is that? First of all, deal with your untruth and your life first before you start talking like there's a place, man. When it comes to family, you know what happens? When it comes to family, man, we close the door and we deal with things inside. If I'm a daddy, I'm gonna close the door. If I have argument with my wife, I will close the door. First of all, I'll kick the kids. I'll give them maybe some money to go to buy ice cream, and I'll be there in the room. I'll lock the door in the room, and I'll discuss and I'll argue with my wife right there. Because it's a family matter. You don't need to hear about it. Ain't nobody need to hear the family matter, what is going on inside. Nobody needs to hear. It's a family matter. But you have little Africans there. You have stupid Africans going there, speak negative things about Africa to other. You don't even understand the value of the family. Can't talk with you. First of all, go and maybe you don't have a family. That's why you do that. The family matter. We can't keep pushing each other down. We can't keep pulling each other down. The biggest threat to Africa's economy today are politicians. And you know that whenever I use politician word, I mean leaders. Politicians. Africans. Me and you. Wake up, Africans. Stop pulling each other down. Stop beating each other. Stop killing each other. Stop thinking worse about each other. If you think worse about your fellow African, they think worse about you too. And you know what's going to happen? If you guys meet, you're going to fight, because all of you worst two people meet. And when worst two people meet, worst action revealed. And one of you, if not both of you, are going to die. And that's what happened to Africa. Imagine how messed up people are. I'm talking the truth here, but some people, they're thinking in their mind, politicians thinking in their mind that guy, we need to mute that guy as soon as possible. Although, that's why I'm saying, guys, until March, guys, give us 500,000 subscribers here. We need, the goal is until March, the March of month, to reach 500 subscribers, because we need, this family needs to grow. If you did not subscribe right now, subscribe and like this stream. It's very important for people to see this stream. Like, subscribe, and share. If you haven't done that, do that as soon as possible. It's very important to grow our community, because the more community grows, the more our voice getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's hard to take it down. Let me tell you this, guy. I'll be very blunt with you. By you guys subscribing and helping us to grow, you're actually protecting us. Because if you have just a small platform where you don't have a lot of people, you don't have a lot of support, nobody's there for anything. They can take you down, shut you down anytime, and nobody will recognize anything. But there's a level of influence when God takes you there. They can't stretch their hand to you. They cannot. Because they know the consequences, what will happen. In Africa, we do not support each other. That's why a lot of people die. A lot of our leaders die because they were fighting alone. We're not there with them to support, to hold them their hand. Unless you prove me otherwise. I'll tell you the truth. I remember when the president of Kenya came. I was here 100% fully supporting him. You all know it because those videos are still here. 100% supporting him. But when I started to see different action from what he was saying, because, man, let me tell you this. You cannot just predict everything. You cannot say, you're just talking. You're not going to do anything. No. If I do not know you and you talk something good, I hear it. I'm going to believe what you say. And I'm going to stand with you. But at the same time, I will hold you accountable for your words. If you do not show the action, I'm going to turn against you. I'm not going to pull you down, but I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to be on your side. Because you betrayed me. And I'm not going to support you. And that's what we do now. Because everybody will give them benefit of the doubt. Unless you prove me otherwise, I'm away. I'm out. So you guys give us benefit of the doubt. If we cannot grow this community, this message ain't going anywhere. And the influence is not there. Today we'll be here. Tomorrow we're not going to be here. And that's why a lot of our leaders were killed, because they did not have much support behind them. Did not have people, Africans, us as leaders, if we say that, us as Africans say that we're going to support you, We're going to stand with you. We're going to protect you. We're going to stand with everything you say. If we told our leaders, Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Gaddafi, Magufuli, leaders of Africa, name them. We're there with you. We're there with you to support, to stand with you. We're going to stand with you no matter what. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult to take them down. Very difficult. But it's very easy in Africa because you have a lot of betrayers. A lot of them. Everywhere. They just wait for you to say a wrong word at a wrong time. You're out. And let me tell you this, man. I'm not going to give that power to you. I'm not going to give that power to you. Whether you support or you don't. Whether you share or you don't. Whether you subscribe or you don't. Man, this family will grow it by hooks and crooks. Because we are in the right time of God. And this is our time to do what we do. This is my time. This is God's time. Let me rephrase that. This is God's time. And the God's time is every time. You understand what I'm saying? It is every time, man. It's every time. We did not wake up in the morning and okay, today we start doing this, let's do it. No, that's why we're here. 4 years later, we're here. Now the 5th year we started. We're still standing, we're still here. And we ain't gonna stop because this is the calling, this is the passion, this is the purpose, this is the mission, this is the vision, and it's bigger than ourselves. That's why we put God first. Because the vision must be bigger than ourselves. Vision is not something you can handle with your own power. If you have a vision that you can handle with your own power, think about another vision. Let me tell you this. If you don't have vision, or you have a vision that you can do with your own power, think about something else. Because that's not vision. If you can do it, if you know the ways to achieve your vision, think about another one. That's not a vision. That's not God's vision. Okay, let me say, that's not God's vision. Because vision must be God's in you. You don't see the way to achieve it. You don't even see how you're going to do it, but you're passionate about it. But you work day and night, day in, day out. You work every single day to pursue that vision. It must be bigger than yourself. And that's what we do here, Swahili Nation. Bigger than ourselves. One Africa right now. So I receive these questions all the time. How are you going to achieve that, Mika? One Africa right now, how are you going to achieve? You only have 300,000 subscribers. You only have 37 or 40 people watching you right now. How are you going to achieve that? How? Stop being naive. Get out of here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Get out of here. No, don't waste my time. We've seen a lot of you people all the time talking, nothing being done. Get out of here. How are you going to achieve? Let me tell you this, man. How, in the scriptures, how did Joseph become the prime minister, the second highest position in Egypt during Pharaoh regime? And he was not even Egyptian. He was Hebrew. How did he become a prime minister of Egypt? How? Let me tell you this. Joseph was excellent at what he does. He had a dream long time ago when he was in Israel with his dad, Jacob, Israel. When he was there, he had a dream that the sun, the moon, and basically the entire family, dad and mom, bowing down to him. He told his dream to his dad and his mom and everybody. They laughed at him. They beat him up. They're like, oh, get out of here. Do you think your parents, they're going to bow after you? Man, get your pride out of here, man. But the Bible says that his dad, he kept that dream in his heart. Fast forward, his fellow brothers of Joseph, they sold him to Egypt, to these guys that were going to Egyptian. These guys that went there, they sold him there as well. This guy stayed there in Egypt. That guy was excellent at what he does. Again, the year of excellence. He was at Potiphar house, Pharaoh house. And when that Pharaoh house, he was working there. Did everything he did right. One day, the Pharaoh wife, he saw Joseph. This Joseph, the Bible described him as a looking guy. He was a good-looking guy, man. The wife of Pharaoh saw Joseph and she lusted after him. She wanted to rape him. So she asked him, she said, Joseph, please sleep with me. Joseph said this, how can I do such a sin against my God? Said, I ain't gonna do it. Pharaoh's wife said, you need to sleep with me. So Pharaoh, as he grabbed Joseph and he wanted to rape Joseph, because he grabbed Joseph, he left his clothes. This guy, he ran naked away from Pharaoh's house. And after the wife of Pharaoh realized that, oh, Joseph is no longer here, I have his clothes. She started to shout. People came. Hey, what's going on, Pharaoh? This is the queen. I just shout. What's gonna say? This Hebrew. This is what the Bible says. She said, this Hebrew boy wanted to rape me, and this is clothes. I have it in my hands. Who do you think is going to believe you? Do you think the people are going to believe that the queen wanted to rape you? Oh, Joseph, you Hebrew boy wanted to rape, and you are foreign, in a foreign land. Because of that, Joseph, he was sent to prison for life. He went to prison. Remember the dream he had. He went to prison. When he went there to prison, he met two other workers of the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. They're also kept there because one of them did something bad with the food, another one with the drink, whatever. So they were there, they were hostages there. And these guys, they were released. One guy was released, another guy was killed. Long story short, the guy who was released, Joseph told him that, hey man, when you go back to Pharaoh's house, please remember me, put a good word on Pharaoh. This guy, when he went to Pharaoh's house to work, he did not even remember Joseph. He forgot. Because God does not need your support to fight for his own people. He can fight for himself. He can stand for himself. He is the beginning, he is the middle, he is the end. He is the Alpha, he is the Omega, he's the God I am. That means the God of right now. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what happened. What happened? What happened, guys? Pharaoh, he had a dream. The dream, this is the dream he had. He saw this 140 cows and another 7 fatty cows and another 7 very skinny cows. And all these skinny cows, they swallow all the fatty cows. 7, imagine, skinny cows, they went to swallow all the 7 other fatty cows. It does not make sense. And this dream was really disturbing him. He tried to ask anybody, all the witches of Egypt, to translate this dream, but they were not able to tell the meaning of this dream. So this guy, that guy who was in prison with Joseph, and now he's working for the king, he remembers, said, hey, there's this one little man in the prison. This guy, we once had a dream about this and this, and he told us the meaning of the dream, and it really happened the same way, exactly how he said. That's how it happened. So the Pharaoh said, okay, bring that boy, come here. Joseph, he went all the way to Pharaoh's house, and he told him that, hey, you have 7 years of satisfaction, you'll have food, you'll have everything in full, but also you'll have 7 years of complete hunger. In order for you guys to survive, you need to keep in the store all the food. You need to make sure that you're smart. Invest everything in these first 7 years before you approach those 7 drought years. Because of that, Pharaoh decided to put him in charge of that, of all the grains in the country, all the food in the country. It was like, you will be in charge of that. And he was next to him to take care of everything. He became the prime minister of Ethiopia, the prime minister of Egypt. Why am I sharing this story with you? He had the dream who he's going to become later. And eventually it became, because the entire nation of Israel actually moved to Egypt. That's the beginning of the slavery that, started. All these Hebrews, they came to Egypt, and they were kept there for a couple of years, for a lot of, actually it was too many years. They were kept there. So that happened later on, but that dream came to pass. But what I wanted to say is that because of the excellence work that Joseph was doing, because of his faithfulness of what he was doing, and because of what God did through him, that guy became the prime minister of Egypt. I'm telling you, if he was not good at what he does, if he was not faithful at what he was given, then I'll tell you the truth, man. He would, maybe the story of Joseph would be like, that guy, he died in the prison. That would be the end of him, because a lot of people died in the prison. But from prison, he became the prime minister of Egypt. From being sold as a slave, he became a prime minister of the country. This is the story of somebody from the ground all the way to the top. It is possible. If you walk with God, and if you put excellence in whatever you do, if you're faithful with what you've been given, if you use it faithfully, I'm telling you, man, a lot of people who succeed in this life, some of them, most of them, they don't even know God. They don't even claim to know God, but they do things excellently, and you see the result. Because it's a principle, man. It's a principle. It is the principle. If you do it, you're going to see the results. Whether you know God or you don't know, you're going to see it. But for us who claim to know God, for us who claim to work with God, we need to do even better. We need to do even 3 times better, 5 times better, 10 times better. Because people, they mock our God when we fail to do it. And you're the reason your God to be mocked. Can't allow that. I want my God to be praised for what I do. So let me just say this, man. I love that. Let me just say this. I'm seeing here your comments and everything. I love it. Appreciate for everybody who is here. The biggest enemy of Africa is Africans. You and me. And it's about time to change. 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 1 hour and 25 minutes, almost 1 hour and 30 minutes. Guys, please don't be a threat to Africa's economy. Don't be a threat to Africa. We can't keep blaming colonizers. Can't keep blaming colonization. 60 years later right now, Africa was not the only continent that was colonized. Korea was colonized. China was colonized. America was colonized. Guys, can't keep blaming. Can't keep blaming. How did they break out from that? How did they break out from that? How? How? Can't keep blaming colonization or colonizers. Let's start with ourselves. And let's start with us. Don't pull each other down. Support each other. In a very practical way, we hope to reach 500K by March. We did calculation the other day, and we saw like how many. We found out that every single day we need like 1,900 subscribers to reach that goal. We still need that. Let me see, by the way, right now, where are we at? We need that. We need that, guys. We need that. Yeah, right now we are 355,000. We need to go. We need, like, if this is 355,000, that means tomorrow time like this we need to be like 356 or 57. We need to be there. 2,000, 1,900. That's almost 2,000. So we need like approximation of 2,000 subscribers every single day to reach that goal in March. It's very important, because after we reach that, the next goal is going to be 1 million subscribers. And we need to get there. We need to get there by hooks and crooks. We're going to get there. Excellence. I love that. That's what we're going to do. Our part. That's what we're going to do. Man, I'll come here every single time. Every time you see me here, I'll talk about excellence. Because this year, we must put on the excellence. No excuses. Instead of spending your time thinking about excuses, spend your time thinking about how can you be excellent in what you do. I hate excuses. And sadly, a lot of people, we have excuses. Victimizing mentality. Excuses all the time. Just not wanting to do our parts. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Just it. No excuses, no talking, no whatever. Just get it done. Excellently. Do it. Whatever it is. We need to set a standard. Until when are people going to look down on us on this color? This color is the definition of poverty. This color is the definition of dumb. This color is the definition of stupidity. This color. This color. Everybody looking at the, oh my God. Oh, we have Africans again. Oh. I was like, people are excited. Say, oh my, oh, Africans are here. Oh. This is excellent, Carl. We say black is excellence. Hashtag black excellence. Hashtag black excellence, and you're not showing the fruits. It doesn't matter. You can hashtag all the hashtag you want in the whole damn world, but if you don't have fruits, it doesn't feed anything. Doesn't feed anything. Doesn't feed anything. We need to put on action, guys. We need to put on action, guys. We need to put on action, guys. All these things I'm sharing with you, they come from also experience. I'm not speaking things that I don't know. The things that I hear all the time. You know, one of the advantage of doing what we do is that you get a lot of emails. People share stories. You know, you get phone calls, you get messages. People that get to ask you, why do you do what you do? A lot of people never understood what we do. And perhaps you're here, you don't even understand. Even myself, I don't understand what I'm doing. I say, what do you do? People ask me, what do you do? Can you imagine, like, if somebody asks me, what is your work? What do you do? People, they ask me all the time. People, they ask me all the time. And I can't even say what it is. I say this all the time. My job is to unite Africa. What is the business model of that job? Well, I remember the first time we get people and they come together like, hey, let's create a team and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, but I have no idea. What's the business model of this? What are we gonna do? What? This is one African guy, and this one is one education guy. This one is, one healthy guy. I have no idea. But what I do know is that Africa must be united in my generation right now. And we must protect this color at all costs. Not by words, by action. Excellence. We must protect this color. When they look at this color, it's the symbol of excellence. Let not just Africans know that. Let not just Africans proclaim that. Let not black people say that black is the symbol of excellence. No, let white people say that. Let Asians say that. Let Arabs say that black is the symbol of excellence because of our behavior, because of what we do. Let them say that. I want them to say that. I want them to confess that, not by force, but to say that because they see what we do. And this is the only way we're going to make our children proud, the next generation proud. I'll be like, oh man, I'm proud to be an African. I wish I was born in Africa. I wish I was an African. And you find other people say that. I've never found a white man or Asian say, I wish I was an African. No, they wish to have muscles like African, but they don't want to have your skin because of how poor we represented this skin. In the matter of fact, we need to repent. Most of us, we need to repent. God, I'm sorry for misrepresenting you. This skin, because this skin is responsibility. When you have this skin, if you're born black, it's a responsibility. Let me tell you this again. If you're born black is the responsibility. Maybe nobody ever told you that. Let me tell you this. If you're born black is a responsibility. The reputation of this color is not good all around the world. If you're born black, Remember and know that today in Jesus' name, that is the responsibility. It is not the time to have excuses. It is not the time to victimize yourself. It is not the time to pull each other down. It is the responsibility, and that responsibility can never be done unless we come together as one. We decide to move forward. Let me tell you this. When those guys that are building the Tower of Babel, do you know why they were succeeding? They wanted to see God, and the problem was not the Tower of Babel. The problem, it was they were going against God vision. God vision, it was this. He said, multiply and go and fill the earth. But what they were doing, they were coming together to build the Tower of Babel so that they can build the name for themselves and stay there together. God is like, oh, you're out of the purpose, out of my vision, so I'm going to distract your languages. That was the beginning of many languages all around the world, and they were scattered all over the world according to how they understood each other. They went there, they went that side, they went that side. That's the beginning of these languages. I believe even Swahili was found there, so some of them came here. Whatever. They had to, Amharic was found there, so whatever, what is this? I forgot other languages, guys. Anyways, but all these languages were found there. Why am I sharing this with you? It's because whatever vision you have, make sure that it's aligned with God. And us coming together as one people, us understanding that this color is responsibility to protect God's masterpiece, because you are God's masterpiece. But we are not playing our role effective. We're not effective at what we do. We're not effective at representing this color. We're not effective. See Indians and Africans, how they support one another. In Kenya, there's a place that Indians, they just build community for homeless people, Indians, to live there. Those who don't have job, those who do not have access to anything, live there. These are good things you can learn from these people. They created a community to help one another. These guys, they support one another. They see there's any Indian who is living like high life, they call them to help, to support them. They support them. They give them business to do. It's in their blood to support one another. And these guys, they're going high so fast. Chinese here in the country, they open gym somewhere, they really nice gym, and one of the workers, one of my friends, she's working there, she was telling me, she said, man, these guys, they support each other. Most of Chinese who comes there to work, they don't even work out. They just come there for 2 hours, like not 2 hours, for 2 minutes, they run in the treadmill, and then they leave. But in the month, they pay a lot of money every single month. Why? Because their fellow Chinese opened the gym. But Africans, I will not trust the product of my fellow African. I would rather go and buy Gucci, work my butt off, get a couple $1,000, buy Gucci, than buying a local traditional outfit that my fellow African has made. Only in Africa. I'll tell you the truth. Not only here, even our brothers and sisters, the Africans in the diaspora. Those are guys who are wearing the most expensive things, all the chains and all this stuff. A lot of stuff. There's something that is here in our mind that is missing. There's something that is missing here, and we want to feed here on the outward. We cannot do that, man. We need to go to the basics. We need to go to the basic and see what went wrong and try to fix that inside. Because if you fix inside, you realize that you don't have to show it here. And that's why a lot of rich people, see, even those black people who are very rich, billionaires, they don't even wear those big chains and all this stuff. Because when you reach that level, you realize that, man, I don't need to show that. I don't need to show this anything. I just need to do. They do a lot of investment. They do a lot of community building stuff because they know money is not the answer and it's not everything. Man, I don't know, man. If you have ears, cheers to you. It's New Year. I hope you got your medicine today. By the way, the reason why I don't care about numbers of people who are watching and talk to them, it's because most of the time I talk to myself, if not all the time. So it's important for me to talk to myself. So as I talk, I hear myself. It's different when you just think about things. You need to speak them out. So when I speak, I listen. And when I listen, my mind also is being decolonized little by little. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on myself. And I hope you do too to yourself. So I need to speak to myself. I need to remind myself of all these things. And I need to see change. Yeah. Shabaka, I've seen your comment. First of all, Shabaka, start by signing the petition of One Africa right now. It's in the description of these videos, and it's going to be amazing. Guys, remember to sign up that petition of One Africa right now. It's very important for us to see the Africa we want. That petition, before you sign, please read, understand, know what it says, and then sign and then share with the neighbor. One Africa right now is on the bio. If you click that link, it will lead you to that petition. Read it first, sign, and share. Share as much as you can. Tactical tune say, I already signed. Thank you. Good work. Please share. It's important after you sign, also share with a neighbor and help them as well to sign as well. And my people who are here watching, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube Swahili Nation, please subscribe. We need to reach 500K in 500K on March. And we cannot do that without your support. So subscribe and help us to watch our videos as well. You know, by the way, we have a lot of videos. Like there's a lot of videos here we did not even release. So please help to support our videos as well, because we are releasing one after another one, but we have a lot of them. I might say like we have already like 10 videos already uploaded, but we just need to release it. So we're releasing one after another one. And you guys, you can help us by watching them and sharing them and all the stuff. Oh, okay. I see some members actually joined. Oh, let me shout out to members. I see members joined actually 3 days ago. I have Ezra, His Excellence Ezra. He rejoined 1 day ago. 3 days ago, we had the G joined as well. 3 days ago, we had Nyela Nyela. Yes, and then 7 days ago, we had Renea joined. And then after that, 21 days ago, and then 1 month ago. Yeah, so far, okay. So far, we have how many members? Let me show, and then I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys here because it's very important for me. Yeah, we have 43 members in Swahili Nation channel. 43 members. So if you want to support by any means, you can actually join the membership as well. It's the way you support the channel. Let me share the members here just to shout out to them, because I appreciate you guys for the support and everything. So I need to recognize you guys by being here. So these are members that we have right now. I appreciate you guys for being a members here. All of you guys, 43 members. I'm just gonna display here because it's actually visible. When you're a member, it's visible, so it's not a secret to be a member. Yeah. For those who are not members yet, they would like to join. Please do. Some of members here actually have stopped their membership. That's all right. So for those who for those who would like to join the member in our channel, that's a link. You can join that members. But also I want to recognize Patreons as well. These are people who are supporting us. We have we have 18 Patreons right now. 18 Patreons. And I need to acknowledge them as well. 18. But most of them are not active right now. So Let me see. Okay, 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 okay. I have this. All right, all right. I found it. Yeah, so we have 18 members of Patreon right now, and let me share here as well. Patreon. So membership on YouTube and Patreon is kind of like the same. You can either use the Patreon or you can use membership here on YouTube. So these are Patreoners. We have 18 of them, and they're here. Well, these are 18, eh? Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All these are Patreon that have been supporting us. Some of them it has been couple months. Yeah. So yeah, you can see all these. We start from $3 actually a month. So yeah, we have all these people right here. Okay, some of them are declined, so not all of them are here. You see, okay, active members. Okay, it's active members. All right. So yeah, so these are 18 active members: Nove Jones, Sophia, Segu, Mother, Yolanda, Mama Africa, Jean, Venon, Sandra, Christian, Sandy, Boniface, TG, BJ, Emma, Zikoranachidi, Married, and Sherry. Yeah, you can see actually, even so these are active members actually, so you can see the total of the support of all those months have done. It's out there. So yeah, appreciate you guys for everything you do, and we appreciate for supporting us like that. I wouldn't take anything for granted, so thank you so much for all the Patreoners out there who have been with us, who have been with me. I appreciate, I love you guys, and you have no idea how much you support us. I'll tell you just very quick at the end of this, tell you what you'll give actually, what it does here, Swahili Nation. So let me just share. So for those who would like to join the Patreon, the link is in the comment section right there. Finally, is PayPal. So we have some people who do not want to be committed for every single month on YouTube or Patreon, but they support through PayPal. PayPal as well is the link is in the description. For those who would like to support once in a while, that link is in the description. I'll share with you guys. If you go in the description, you'll actually see all these links that I'm sharing about, and you can choose any way to support. So yeah, I'll share that link as well in the comment section, and then I'll tell you guys what actually happened. All right, before I close, right there. So that's PayPal. Well, Lynn Jacobs, if you see that your comments have been taken down, probably they're not proper. I have a team, so my team actually they're taking care of all the comments. So if you see your comments are taken down, so pretty much they're not proper, and they are responsible for that. And we have admins here on YouTube. So if you see their names, they have some sort of different color. Those are admins. Actually, they are. Some of them are members and some of them are admins. So if you see your comment is being taken down, it's because it's not proper. If you don't want your comment to be taken down, just comment something proper. I have a team there, and these are moderators. For example, Renea is the moderator, Marit, Reggie, Sherry. We don't have Sherry here right now, but yeah, we have a lot of moderators here, and they're responsible looking all this stuff. So if your comment is being taken down, so probably it's not. I don't even see the. I mean, I don't even read the comments here, so probably it's not the right one. Okay. Yeah, so guys, for those who are supporting us by PayPal, Patreon, or membership, this is what it supports. This is what it does. It's running this YouTube, and also the people that I am actually working with right now. I have people that I work with them full time, just for this full time, and every single month they're being paid, as well as just to run this family, the software we're using, the music we're using, the YouTube itself, the electricity, internet, and everything else that we do. It's If you see us doing this, if you see the video is being uploaded there, it's money being spent. And that is the support that you guys are doing, because this is the only source of the income that we have at the moment. Yeah. So we appreciate for all the support and for what you guys are doing, because you're helping us to continue to do what we do. And no cap, man. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, because if you did not do that, then I'll pretty much would be shutting down to some extent. But I think um, God is still has plan for this, and so we still have people who are supporting us, and you guys are helping us to come in day out. So yeah, shout out to you. Thank you. Happy New Year, and God bless you for whatever that you do. All right. So thank you guys. Let me just raise a word of prayer, and that will be it for now. And I will get out of here. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine we have three people right now working together. And yeah, if they leave everything they have, full-time job working for this, they need to be paid. And you guys, you make that possible. So it's not even me paying, but it's you guys paying. It's you, because the money comes from here and then it's being paid to them. So appreciate, guys. We actually, so in a way, we provided a job. We provided a job. This is good. So we are solving the unemployment issue in Africa, one step at a time. Two jobs, actually, including me and myself. So three, basically three. That's a job opportunity. And yeah, this is good, man. Imagine I've provided. Okay, for me, it's not really job. I'm gonna exclude myself. It's not job for this. Ain't job. I don't even pay myself. So it's two jobs. It's two people that are working full-time job. Those are employment. And one of them graduated from university just recently, and another one is going to graduate very soon. We've never seen face to face. He's somewhere in the country, somewhere in Africa, but we've been working for more than 2 years together right now. And yeah, we are one step at a time. So two jobs, guys. You guys, if anybody asks you one day that have you done anything good to Africa, why are you saying this and this? And if you're supporting this channel, if you're supporting us, know this: you have provided two jobs. You have employed two people. You have, come on, clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. You have given a job to somebody. I'm saying you did not give a job to me because I started before you were here. I started before you were here, so you did not give this job to me. But there are people who are working here right now, two of them, and they came to work and they're working here because you are there and because of your support. So, guys, that excellence. Two people. Excellence. So imagine how many people can we employ. Imagine how many people can they get they can support their family, they can support themselves every single day, working day in there, because we still need people. Imagine I've been working with just two people and doing all this stuff and so many other things behind the scenes, taking care of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Two people. One of them dealing with the graphic designs and everything. Another one dealing with the research of news and all this stuff and finding this on, finding videos, finding this and that and doing that 24/7. Yeah, I need to stop calling them at night sometimes. Anyway, so guys, you have given that. Come on, clap for yourself. Hallelujah. Yes, so hopefully in this 2024 as well, hopefully we'll have more people, because we need more people. We need when we start moving around the countries in Africa to do what we do, to educate our people, to go to schools, to go to universities, to meet with the students, to just have these talks, to have this conversation with university students. We're gonna need the team. We're gonna need the whole bunch of team, people who will hold cameras, people who will fly drones. We don't have those yet. Hopefully we'll have them. People who, yeah, I need the full team, man. Like if you want to see the excellence in 2024, I need the full team to be here with me, to working 24/7 together, and then you will see what is gonna happen. We need all this stuff, we need the studio, we need all this stuff, like just going, just do some work. Man, like anyways, there's a lot of things that are in the mind, but we're going one step at a time. Nothing just happened in a day. Right now we have two people, but hopefully we'll keep increasing as days goes on, because we need that. I know two other people that have been supporting, working as if they're being paid, but they're not being paid. And I need those people to work full time as soon as possible. Yeah, but you cannot take people if you don't have anything promising, right? But yeah, so all in all, all right, guys. All in all, man, God bless you guys. Um, yeah, God bless you guys. And I just know that two people, you employ two people, and you guys are the bosses. So, because God is the first boss, but you guys are the bosses, mean bosses. So, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. Let me bless you right now. I'm in the mood of blessing you guys for every good thing that you're doing for this family. God, I want to bless my people. I want to bless my brothers and sisters right here for all the good work, for everything that they've been doing, the support that they've shown in 2023. And now we are 2024. God, the support and the commitment and the love and the passion and just heart, cheering heart, giving heart, and everything that God, you're using them for your glory. I appreciate you. Thank you that we're able to do what we do, what we love, and the vision that you've given us for Africa, for our people, for our families. I thank you. I just pray for them and their families. Whoever that saw a seed, whoever that done anything before to support this family, remember them. Give them health. Remember their wives, husband, their children. Remember whatever they do. And God, keep themselves in your name. I praise you. Thank you. In your precious name I pray. Amen. Amen. All right, guys. Appreciate. Thank you for being there. I gotta end this stream. Appreciate TikTok. Appreciate, guys. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna start with you. Bye bye. I've had a good time with you. I'll see you next time. TikTok, bye bye. TikTok is done right now. Let me go to. Let me see. I think we have yeah, we have Twitter. Twitter is there as well. I'll call X right now. Anyways, I think we're not really getting used to this name. X family. Yeah, X family is there. Oh yeah, it's live there as well. X family, shout out to you and love you as well. And Instagram for the first time, man. Let me see Instagram here. Been live on Instagram for the first time. Why can okay, not that one. Why I cannot see here Instagram? Cannot see it by myself here. But yeah, we're live here. I believe we're live here. Yeah, we're live. Anyways, yeah, Instagram. Appreciate you guys for being there. And YouTube, I appreciate. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. You employ 10 by the end of the year. Amen to that. Amen. Like I'm saying amen, but also let me see what exactly you mean. Let me do a multiplication here a little bit. 10 people times. Oh man. Yeah, that's a number. Hmm. Amen. Let me just say amen. Never know what God will do. And let me try to do this. That is wow. Okay, I received that blessing. 10 people by the end of the year. Yeah, that's I was just actually trying to do a calculation of the salary here every single month, how much it would be. All right. I say amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I love you. I see you when you see me. Be excellent. Represent your country. Represent your color well. The biggest threat to Africa's economy is Africans. So Africans, once you have this skin, know that it's responsibility. Once if you look like me, you have a responsibility. If you don't look at me, I can't talk about you, man, because I don't understand what it means to be you. But if you have this, I understand what it means to have this. I only speak for this. So don't say that, oh, why are you separating us? You're also African. We don't look at like you. I believe you're African. Yes. but I can only speak to what I see, what I understand, what I live in every single day. This body, I put on this body every single day, and I understand what it means to have this body, this precious, excellent body, black excellence. I love that we always use black excellence, but it's the time to put on excellence. So it's a responsibility. Responsibility.